What's up, guys? Welcome back to Run My Crypto. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. Guys, we're dropping the first Jasmy Janction video. It's been in a long time, guys. Make sure you guys watch all the way through to the end. Hit that like and subscribe button. We're still going to dig into why Jasmy has that $17 KPI, and we're going to touch on some of the new infrastructure model setups that Jasmy has in their niche. All right, so this is a great video. Make sure you guys watch all the way through to the end. Hit that like and subscribe, guys. Keep your bell notifications on. Check out the Patreon. The link is in the description. And let's get into this video. CoinMarketCap first. Essentially, we look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is actually doing pretty well. It's stabilizing. Guys, everybody thinks we're headed for a bear market, but I don't believe that we are indeed at all heading towards a bear market. If we look at the Fear and Greed Index, obviously our current setting is we are in somewhat fear, guys. We were pretty much in extreme fear for about a week or so. Now we're looking at the markets and it's looking like we're coming out of that fear level, so we may see some bounce back in Bitcoin and other altcoins. Guys, I know we're still waiting for this altcoin season to happen, and it is going to happen, guys. But the two major projects that I want to talk about is Jasmy and Janction. So that's Jasmy and JCT. They're about to break loose, right? So Jasmy just launched the new layer 2 mainnet on November 13th, meaning that real device monetization, IoT, DPIN, and AI integration is now live, while Jenction, the native token, right, is now listed on major platforms, started as of November 10th on Binance Alpha and futures, with leverage trading, fresh liquidity, and airdrop rewards for those holders. What does that mean? That means that both tokens are no longer just speculative. Utility, infrastructure, and real world AI, IoT adoption is now on deck, guys. So get ready. This may be the first dominant year in a multi-year squeeze for Jasmy, Janction, crypto, Web3, and DPIN. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to get in and we're going to touch on Janction. We're going to touch on Jasmy, guys. Why that Jasmy team actually has that $17 KPI for Jasmy. We're going to get into it. So stay tuned, guys. The markets are looking good. We're coming out of that extreme fear zone. Let's get into it. All right, guys, hope you're excited. We're going to get into this. We're going to jump into Jasmy's website. We're going to look at some of the new stuff that they've created on the website. Before we get into this, I really want to touch on why I believe so much that we will see this $17 KPI, and it's not necessarily going to happen this year or next year, but it is on its way because we have a powerhouse supporting project known as Jenction that sits underneath Jasmy and is going to really elevate Jasmy in the future. So stick with me, guys, because you're going to understand by the time we get through this. My hope is that you understand exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to Jasmy being able to hit that $17 KPI. Let's get into Jasmy and Janction. This is the Jasmy.global website. So if you guys were on this website not too long ago, you would understand that all that was there was like some drawing. If you guys remember, if you ever visited the Jasmy Global website, you would see that it pretty much all it had was like an visionary diagram of the Jasmy PDL locker. So now we're looking at Jasmy.global, and it has Janction heading on it. It says the GPU network and introducing Jenction, connecting idle GPUs around the world for the future of AI and video processing. So what it means for you is that secure and fast tools that need GPUs, Jenction ensures secure access to tools only GPUs have created, like render, animation, video, upscaling, and audio stem. What other tools are there, guys? The Jasmy PDL locker, right? The personal data locker, which is essentially a secure decentralized storage solution that gives you complete ownership and control of your personal data. Store, manage, and share your data on your terms. What else is there, guys? Well, we've been talking about Jasmy Chain, a blockchain designed for real world IoT and data transactions that provides transparency, security, and immutability for all data exchanges on the platform. What else do we got? We have the Jasmy Base app, which is a simple, intuitive mobile application that provides easy access to Jasmy ecosystem, manage your data, track transactions, connect with services seamlessly. And then we have Jasmy Coin, a digital token that powers the Jasmy ecosystem and distributes ownership of the network, participate in the data economy, and benefit from the platinum's growth. Now you can click on each one of these and really dive into what it is, guys. And going back, like I said, going back to the original Jasmy.global, it was an orange mapped out looking pretty weak in my opinion. Didn't change for over a year, 2 years, but now it's actually starting to flourish like a beautiful flower. And if you go in through these different tabs, you'll actually learn about Jasmy, and you'll learn about, you know, the data locker, Jasmy chain, Jasmy base app, Jasmy coin, and then obviously Jenction. So guys, we're making some massive headway when it comes to Jasmy. Everybody has a lot of doubt with it, but going through this and looking through all these different, look at the Jenction docs, the layer 1 web, the meme launchpad. There's a lot of different new variations of where Jasmy's going, and essentially getting everybody on board with the personal data locker, utilizing Jasmy coin and Jenction. You're going to see us start to continue to pick up those users that we've been looking for. So according to this website, we've seen a massive upgrade into the niche of what Jasmy and Janction have been set. They basically set the stage to be able to provide this information, to provide this type of utility to you guys. Just to touch on where the $17 KPI did come from, as long as some of you guys don't understand, this is some it's internal math. Basically, the target was about 107 million active users around 2026 is what the assumption was. So each user's data is worth around $500 on average. The data value is 106 million times 500, which equals 53 billion data value. So there's a formula. I'll post it in the description. There's a link to it where you can actually grab it off of my Patreon or grab it off of my X account, because I have it on both of them. So there's a formula that the team put together, the CFO, CEOs put together, basically said if we could complete this and make this hit on an accurate level, then we'll reach $17 valuation for Jasmy. So that's where that comes from. That's where all of that stems from.
A few moments later.
I mean, all in all, you know, I'm really excited because Jasmy essentially has come a long way as far as it comes to actually having something that's real, that you could physically look at, that you could physically touch, that's out there. Then we jump into their website. For a long time, it was really hard to get people to believe into and to understand. Just seeing a picture of the PDI locker, how it was drawn out, you know, and then a powerhouse slogan that Jasmy is the Bitcoin of Japan. I mean, these things, and you know, some of the situations that we've seen over some time on X really had people questioning. But you know, deep down, you have to understand that there's conviction in what you're believing in as a project. Do I think we could hit the $17? Absolutely. Is it something that we could see in the near, you know, 6 to 8 months, or maybe even into next year? I don't think so, because crypto in itself is taking a direction that I don't think anybody has an explanation for. I think that, you know, generally we're looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin has kind of seen some significant gains. Ethereum hasn't really seen much. We have XRP that's still being listed with ETFs. We have a lot of other you know, blue chip crypto projects that are trying to get put in, you know, the ETFs sector of cryptocurrency. So in my opinion, it's really kind of messing with this dang bull run. But do I believe that the bull run? Yes, I believe that we are in the premature stage of the bull run. I'm kind of thinking that, you know, there's only a handful of tokens that kind of went through the stage of like disbelief with that first powerhouse leg up. There's only a couple projects that did that. And I think, in my personal opinion, that we're way down. We're basically coming out of the bear market still, trying to find you know, the lows and where they're going to start from. That's kind of where I see we're at. Call me crazy, but you can't show me any charts that simulate or correlate or basically duplicate with the psychology of a market cycle chart looks like. You can't. There's really not much that you could say that this project looks like that, or you know, the only ones that do is like BNB, Solana, Bitcoin. Those are the only 2 or 3 that really look like they made a huge leg up, and not even nothing that was into a euphoria state. So scratching my head, I think that we're still early for this bull run. Website, so don't get it twisted with Jasmy Global. So that's what I was trying to tell you. Jasmy Global, as soon as you hit Jasmy Global, the first thing that pops up is a Jenction symbol. But guys, Jenction is something that Jasmy is super proud of, and Just to get you guys to familiarize with Jenction, this is Janction.ai. I'm sorry, Janction.ai. Simply here, you could go through here. This gives you a breakdown of exactly what Jenction is doing as far as when it talks about distributed GPUs, peer-to-peer resource sharing of the internet, transparent cost. So it gives you basically a breakdown of the decentralized AI hub. Covers like proof of contribution specifically designed for AI, fast and secure node management, resource indexing. This gives you like their prices of standard, business, enterprise, quotes to be able to run GPUs for big businesses, which is pretty crazy. And if you come down here, they do have product extensions for NVIDIA. And these are basically extensions for businesses to come in and utilize their programming through Jenction. Shows you about decoupling pipeline and proof, how Jenction decouples data, computing power, and models within the AI system, allowing tasks and resources to run on isolated yet pipeline processes. You can read through all this information. I think this is really kick-ass. Everybody who's invested in Jasmy and Janction should be very excited to see the progression that came out of Jasmy and came from Jenction, and how they're tied together, and people should not be sad that Jenction is around, and that, it's not here to replace Jasmy. It's here to boost Jasmy and take Jasmy to the next freaking level, guys. So just wanted to bring you over here to get you familiarized with Jenction. All right, so we're going to close this video out, guys. Hope you guys like this video. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe. Welcome back to Run My Crypto. Guys, we haven't seen no Run My Crypto videos for a while. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Guys, turn on your bell notifications. Stay up to date. We have the Blueprint Live. Make sure you guys are watching the Blueprint Live. Those are popping up. I'm doing those randomly. So those are basically random. Just all about talking about crypto. Make sure you guys hit that link in the description for the Patreon. $15 a month won't change at all for you guys. Guys, I'm working all of these different angles, getting these videos done. Finally got some equipment to get going. We're going to upgrade and upgrade and upgrade as we go on, guys. But I needed to hurry up and get something going for you. I love you guys. Welcome back to Run My Crypto. If you guys are new to Run My Crypto, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, tell your friends about it. Share on every social media platform you got. See you guys on the next one. Take care. Be blessed.